Hello, my name is Adelina Pinzaru and I am a student of Korean literature from Romania. The literary work which I chose to review for this contest is the short story Dying Words by Sang. Sang is one of Korea's finest writers and the representative of the modernist and avant-garde movement in Korea. In my opinion, he can also be considered a precursor of existentialism in Korean literature. I have first noticed this tendency in another of his short stories, namely Wings, but I believe it is more proeminent in the story I am going to discuss. Dying Words is a fascinating read which embeds both modernist and existentialist aesthetics, infused with the sensitivity and fervour which characterized Korean literature in the 1920s and 1930s. At first sight, Dying Words is a nostalgic tale about the twilight of life and the loss of love. The characters involved are the narrator and the woman named Jung-hee. But this is the point where any convention vanishes. Sang can be regarded as a master of the tragic-ironic fictional mode if we apply the classification made by Northrop Frye in The Anatomy of Criticism. In Dying Words, the author manages to create irony by naming the narrator after himself and by constantly criticizing him. Sang, the narrator, leads an empty life and goes through an existential crisis as he starts to view the act of living as an unbearable and suffocating burden. The human condition is also downgraded in his eyes as he states, "The truth is, humans are mimicking monkeys." Surprisingly, death is not seen as the cathartic great escape, but as devoid of meaning and worthless as life itself. Thus, the story becomes a vehicle for the expression of his frustrations and inner turmoil. The narrator's angst is further amplified by the attitude of his lover, Jung-hee. She is unfaithful to him and, further into the story, it is revealed that she was involved in prostitution, an element also found in Wings. The order of events related to Jung-hee is not chronological as they appeared as scattered fragments of memory. A sense of melancholy surfaces at this point when the narrator identifies himself with autumn while she is compared to the spring thaw. But he chastises his own feelings when he says that it is so easy for me to die in dimness, anesthetized like a butterfly that was initially heading for a mountainous forest but got stuck in a honey jar of emotions. The Dying Words are not over yet, as Sang explores a variety of other themes, such as morality and the human condition, and this exquisite and most enthralling work of literature filled with poetic images. It is an essential read which will have a lasting impact on anyone who tries to grasp its profound meanings. Thank you.